Shalom. This is to all Israelite groups and all Israelite communities and all breakoffs from One West and breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs. No matter what rainbow uniform you wear, red, white, purple and white, all white, it don't matter. You should all treat the I.S.U.P.K like your weird, misunderstood Sabbaths. You shouldn't do anything until you counsel with the I.S.U.P.K. We'll tell you when and what to eat. We'll tell you who to marry. We'll tell you who to have sex with and how. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your wives. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your kids, your brothers, your sisters, your parents, your friends, everybody. We'll tell you when and how to pray. We'll tell you how to direct your life in a way that's pleasing to the Most High God of Israel and our Black King Yahawashi, aka Jesus Christ. We will be to you instead of a God. Just like the Most High told Moses in Exodus 4:16 that Aaron would be to him instead of a mouth and he would be to Aaron instead of a God, that's what we'll do for you. It is what you all need because none of you know what the fuck you are doing. I pray you understand. Shalom.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. The I.S.U.P.K presents the Lord's 56th annual Passover going down right here in Atlanta, Georgia. We got a whole bunch of events lined up for y'all, including the annual lamb slaughter. You already know. Then it's the Hebrew Academy trials. Oh boy. Next, we got the children's party. Then, you know, we got General Muhammad's scripture breakdown class and the Hebrew Academy graduation. The Lord's 56th annual Passover. Pay your Passover fee. It's only $200 to get all these exclusive events. Real black culture. The general's in attendance and the stage is set. It's going down. April the 12th in Atlanta, Georgia. This event is only for the black, Hispanic, and native indigenous people. We got a week full of events from April the 9th and the 13th. But remember, you gotta pay that Passover fee. It's only $200 to get every event exclusively. Here's the itinerary for the Lord's 56th annual Passover. April the 9th is the annual lamb slaughter. April the 10th is the kids party. At 7 p.m. later that night, General Muhammad's scripture breakdown class. April the 11th, the Hebrew Academy graduation. Later that night at 8 p.m. is the all-black party. April the 12th is the Lord's 56th annual Passover. April the 13th is the Feast of Unleavened Bread. $200, 17 years or older, pay your Passover fee. See you in Atlanta, Israel. Shalom.
This is to all Israelite groups and all Israelite communities and all breakoffs from One West and breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs. No matter what rainbow uniform you wear, red, white, purple and white, all white, it don't matter. You should all treat the I.S.U.P.K like your weird, misunderstood Sabbaths. You shouldn't do anything until you counsel with the I.S.U.P.K. We'll tell you when and what to eat. We'll tell you who to marry. We'll tell you who to have sex with and how. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your wives. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your kids, your brothers, your sisters, your parents, your friends, everybody. We'll tell you when and how to pray. We'll tell you how to direct your life in a way that's pleasing to the Most High God of Israel and our Black King YAHANNA, aka Jesus Christ. We will be to you instead of a God. Just like the Most High told Moses in Exodus 4:16 that Aaron would be to him instead of a mouth and he would be to Aaron instead of a God, that's what we'll do for you. It is what you all need because none of you know what the fuck you are doing. I pray you understand. Shalom.
Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Hey, Shalom, Israel. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA. And since 1969, we have been teaching the truth according to the Bible. And what is that truth? That truth is that blacks, Hispanics, and natives are the 12 tribes of Israel. You understand? And tonight, we have in class no different than any other Tuesday. It's the Brotherhood class, you understand? And in this Brotherhood class, we're going to teach our people, you understand, who they are and how they should behave and how they should treat one another. You understand? What we teach in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Commanding General YAHANNA is what the Lord taught. You know what I'm saying? And what the biggest thing that we bring out is that blacks, Hispanics, and natives are the 12 tribes of Israel. You understand? Listen, we are in a different place tonight. You understand? And what the biggest thing, all right, most high Christ, make sure y'all can hear me. You know what I'm saying? We're in a different area tonight. You know what I'm saying? Usually we'd be at the North Huntsville Public Library, but tonight we at the Richard Shower Center, man. You know what I'm saying? So if you're in Huntsville, come through the Richard Shower Center, come holler at us. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get it in tonight once again like we always do. You know what I'm saying? We're going to say Shalom, Yahweh Shimmy, Yahweh Shah, Barakatah to all the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shemar, Lathan, Ba Shimmy, Yahweh Shah to all the sisters, man. You know what I'm saying? Good to see y'all checking in. Faith, I see you. Shalom, sis. Young man, Alex. Hey, shalom. Good to see you, brother. I mean, if y'all in the Huntsville area, y'all come up to the Richard Shower Center, man. You know what I'm saying? We up here tonight. We're gonna kick it for at least another hour. You know what I'm saying? Then we're gonna get up out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? So definitely come through, holler at us, man. We bringing it out heavy tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Yeah, man. What we talking about, man? What's been going on in the world, man? Everybody want to talk about Lil Ronnie, man. Everybody talking about Lil Ronnie, you know what I'm saying, and how he was unalived at the car wash, man, with his 5-year-old little girl, man. You know what I'm saying? Which was a horrible, horrible, horrible situation. You know what I'm saying? To see the loss of that brother and his little girl, man, that was a horrible situation. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But what is there to learn from that? What is there to do? You know what I'm saying? We saw what happened, right? You know what I mean? We saw what happened. We saw how they did unalive the brother. If you saw the video, if you didn't see the video, you know what I mean? If you don't know what's going on, Lil Ronnie was a young man, you know what I'm saying? He was a rapper from Texas, you know what I'm saying? And he was picking up his little girl, you know what I mean? Him and his baby mama shared custody, so she was dropping off his little girl. You know what I mean? All right, Faith. It was sad, man. You know what I'm saying? So his baby mama was dropping off the daughter to him. You know what I mean? And he was getting in the car, you know what I mean? And yeah, he was getting in the car, and then what happened? I think there was 2 gunmen came up after that, right? 2 gunmen came up after that and unalived him and the little girl, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a terrible situation, man. It's a horrible situation, man. But you see, that's why it's important right now what the subject is, right? What the subject of the class is. Brotherhood class. We need it now more than ever. And we need brotherhood in our community, in our society, in our nation now more than ever. We need it now more than ever, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we had this class every Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? That's why we teach this class. That's why I teach this class every Tuesday, because we need brotherhood in our society, man. We got to love one another, man. You know what I mean? We got to take care of one another. We got to be there for one another, man. You know what I mean? But how do you do that? How do you be there for each other? How do you show love to your brother? How do you do that? Have we been taught that in this society? Has this society showed us how to love one another? Absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? Because now what we've been taught is if I have a problem with you, I'm going to address you, or I'm going to address you with the bullets. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to address you with whatever knife I got on me. You know what I'm saying? Instead of bringing my problem to you and talking to you. You know what I'm saying? Or getting counsel and coming together and we figuring out what the problem is so brotherhood can continue. The scriptures, and I remember when I was in the Christian church, they love to say, let brotherly love continue, right? They love to say that. But how do you let brotherly love continue? By bringing your problems together and let's get to the bottom of it and let that brotherly love continue, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shalom, Marah. Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. But yeah, man, we in here, man. You know what I'm saying? Going live, man. Listen, let me go and start with my announcements real quick. I know this video is going. It looks like it's not going well on my end, so like you. Let me try to see. If it's choppy, man, y'all let me know, man. I'm trying to make sure this video is decent, man. If it's choppy, y'all let me know. So like I said, I'm in a different location tonight, man. I'm trying to be still so it don't mess up too much. You know what I mean? I know I'm looking real robotic on my end. Okay, no shit, no sweat. Yo, so yeah, man. So again, we gotta talk about brotherly love, right? We gotta talk about that. So the Little Rider situation, we talked about that. But how do you have brotherhood? How do we have brotherhood again? We gotta deal with these things, right? We gotta deal with our issues. We gotta have counsels. We gotta have one-on-ones with each other. We gotta come together and bring our issues to each other. Because what we gotta do is what Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1 say, right? Let me pull that real quick. Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1 says this. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired. We got to gather together, man. That's what we got to do. Blacks, Hispanics, and natives all over the globe have to gather together because we got to be one with each other. We got to depend on each other, man. You know what I'm saying? We don't have time to be unaliving each other because of petty differences, man. We don't have time to be aliving each other because you slept with my wife. You know what I'm saying? We don't have time to be unaliving each other because this was my block and you took my block. You know what I'm saying? Over corners, man. We don't have time for that. We got to stop sleeping with each other real. We got to stop selling dope. We got to stop unaliving each other. We got to stop doing the things that ends our lives, man, that unalives us, man. We got to stop being homosexuals, man. You know what I mean? We got to stop that and realize who we are and see value in each other, man. You know what I mean? But anyway, man, make sure y'all, let me see where my finger at. That's over there. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all check the WhatsApp. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all check the WhatsApp. Make sure y'all tune in for class tomorrow. We got the law class coming up tomorrow at 6:30. Might be hosted by Officer Moran. You know what I'm saying? He in the class with us tonight. Might be hosted by him. I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? It might be Officer of $1,000 gun. I'm not sure. But we definitely have a law class tomorrow. Make sure y'all tune in for that. We got the Sabbath service going on Saturday at noon. Make sure y'all check in for that, man. We had Sabbath service, man. You know what I'm saying? Teaching the Bible once again, reading that Hebrew once again. You know what I'm saying? We got all that going on, man. You know what I mean? Let's see. I already played the reel for it. We got the Passover coming up April 12th in Atlanta, Georgia. Make sure y'all check in for that. That's going to be a beautiful thing. We got events going on from April 9th all the way to the 13th. Passover ain't just one day. It's going to be the whole period of time. You know what I'm saying? The Passover is going to be on the 12th, but we're going to be in Atlanta holding it down from the 9th to the 13th. You know what I'm saying? We got the lamb slaughter on the 9th. We got Hebrew Academy trials on the 10th. We got General Muhammad class on the 10th. We got the all-black party and Hebrew graduation on the 11th. You got the Passover on the 12th and the Feast of Unleavened Bread on the 13th, man. You know what I'm saying? If you've never done any of those things in your lives, now is the time to see what that's all about. You go to Atlanta anyway. It ain't like you ain't never been to Atlanta. You've been to Atlanta multiple weekends doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? You went to Atlanta last month and went to the club and hung out with your friends last month, and you wasted a bunch of money with people that you don't even care about. You might as well come to Atlanta to do something that the Lord wants to have done. And that's keeping the Passover, man. Come be with some real niggas, man. You ain't ever seen in your life, man. Come kick it with us, man. It's a real family affair. It's like a family reunion. You know what I'm saying? It's going down. Hey, Shalom says, good to see you here. Sister Alexandra checking in. River Officer Quinatata Doc. Man, good to see you checking in. Sis Shalom, y'all Shemala thought about you shot. All right, yeah. So we talked about Lil Ronnie, man. That was just a little precursor, man. Yeah, I mean, and it's crazy because Lil Ronnie's situation was so crazy because they was trying to find the two people that unalived. And when they found them, they was in the town, 3 hours away, 2 hours away, something like that. And they found one of the unalivers, and one of them turned himself in, I believe. But this is my problem, right? It was 3 other people that need to be held accountable for the Lil Ronnie situation. There's 3 other people, 3 entities that's still at large that still need to be held accountable for the Lil Ronnie situation, man. For what happened to Lil Ronnie and what happened to his little girl, man. You know what I mean? It's 3 people that still need to be held accountable. 3 entities, man. And let me hop into them real quick. The number one is, you already know, the number one entity that's responsible for the Lil Ronnie situation is the oppressor. The oppressor is the number one responsible for that unaliving of that little girl, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? I definitely feel like we got to stop unaliving in our communities. We definitely got to stop the backbiting and the hating and the fighting that we do amongst ourselves. We got to stop that. But where does it all come from? When you do a proper analysis of all the evil that's going on inside of our community, it all stems from the oppressor, man. It all stems from the oppressor. So like, I got to keep my hand down so I don't mess up the stream. You know what I'm saying? It all stems right back from the oppressor, man. Because the oppressor is the devil the Bible speak of, man. You know what I mean? And we got to address that, man. That's the number one person responsible, because he's the one that teaches he the one that teaches how to care about each other, man. He the one that teaches how to if you upset at a brother, what you supposed to do, man. He the one that teaches that, man. You know what I'm saying? That oppressor is, man. Let's go to Psalms 58, verse 3, man. And then we're going to hop into these stories, man. Psalms 58 and 3. Psalm 58 and 3. Let me get the scriptures up real quick. Psalm 58 and 3. Psalms 58 and 3 says this: the wicked are estranged from the womb, right? It says the wicked are estranged from the womb, man. This oppressor is estranged from the womb, man. This white man is estranged from the womb, bro. From birth, that man come out crooked. You know what I'm saying? It says the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born. That's how this oppressor is, man. As soon as he's born, as soon as he comes to the earth, as soon as he come out, this oppressor is estranged, and he is wicked and evil, man. You know what I mean? Speaking lies. That's what this is. That's why we call him the devil, because he's a deceiver, man. This oppressor is a deceiver, man. You understand? You know what I mean? That's what we do, and this oppressor speaks lies from birth, man, from the beginning, man. You know what I mean? And this is what your scriptures are telling you, right? Verse 4, they're poison. It's like the poison of a serpent. I mean, they are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear. You know what I mean? They don't want to hear none of this stuff that you talk about. Listen, we need help in our community. We need power. We need funds in our community. We need food in our community. We need education in our community. These oppressors don't want to hear none of this. They stopping their ears up, man. They don't want to hear none of that. They don't want to hear none of that. What they want to hear is, what are you going to do to make my pockets fatter? You know what I'm saying? What are we going to do to stand on top of you? You understand? And I got a couple of stories to show you that exactly that they don't care about nothing other than oppressing you. That's what they want, man. You know what I'm saying? What can I do to stand on top of you? You know what I'm saying? These folks, let me read it again for you, man. They said the wicked are estranged from the womb, Psalm 58:3. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Poison, like the poison of a serpent, man. Just like the poison of a serpent, what it does. Just a little bit of get in you. It's a little bit of it, if a cobra to bite you, right? Or like, what do you call them? A black mamba, right? Well, that's what they call cobra after, right? Which is a snake. If that black mamba was to bite you, that's one of the most poisonous snakes in the world. You know what I'm saying? If that snake was to bite you, you're done. In a couple of hours, if you don't get no help, you're done. And that's just like what this oppressor does. As soon as he puts a little bit of his poison in your body, in your mind, you're done. The American dream. That's poison from the start. The American dream is something that has been unalive in our communities and killing our communities. I say it like that. They've been destroying, I say it like that, destroying our communities from the beginning, man. You know what I'm saying? Ever since you heard the American dream, ever since they sold you on that American dream, that's been destroying our communities, man. You know what I mean? Been destroying our communities, man. You know what I'm saying? Now we looking at what I got to do to get it. And I'm not worried about what my sister need, what my brother need. I'm worried about what can I do to get on top of this, man. You know what I'm saying? The American dream has did nothing for us, man. You know what I'm saying? Just like Obama, right? Obama ran on change. He said, we're going to run on change. I want change. What are some things that Obama changed, man? He allowed gay marriage. You know what I'm saying? So to fix racism in the black community, you got gay marriage to make it better. That's go fix Black America right there. Gay marriage is gonna fix us. Hell no, man. It's not gonna fix us, man. Blacks, Hispanics, and natives don't need the American dream. We don't need gay marriage. We don't need you know what I'm saying? Jobs ain't gonna fix our problem, man. What's gonna fix our problem is these scriptures, man. The commandments of the Most High God. That's what's gonna fix us. Brotherhood. That's the number one thing that's gonna fix us, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what's gonna fix us, is having love for your brother. That's what we got to start at. You know what I'm saying? Having love for your brother. Even if you don't do nothing else, having love for your brother goes a long way, man. You know what I'm saying? Goes a long way, man. Let me get one more scripture real quick. Let me get this real quick, man. Y'all bear with me 1 second. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 13. Ecclesiastes chapter 7. I said verse 13. Right? So we're still talking about the oppressor because he's one that needs to be held accountable for Lil Ronnie, right? Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 13. It says this: consider the work of God, right? Because you got to look at the oppressor, right? Look at this oppressor and see, okay, he was made by God. The Most High God creates everything, right? Yahweh our power makes everything, right? He makes everything. So he created the oppressor. But if he created the oppressor, why does he have the thing? Why does he do the things that he does? Why does he make hell on earth, you know what I'm saying, for our people? Why does he do these things, right? Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 13. So like, consider the work of God, for who can make that straight which he hath made crooked? This oppressor is the one that he's made crooked. So like, the Most High God made this oppressor crooked, man. You know what I'm saying? And he made it crooked. And you can't make it straight. You can't pray for him to be straight. You can't pray for the white man to treat you better. You can't pray for this oppressor to make our lives better. You can't pray for the white man to bring justice for us. It's not going to happen, man. This oppressor is not going to have justice for you. He's not going to have justice for us because he's crooked. He's not going to do that. So you would be better off giving your prayers to black people, man. Giving your love and your care to black people, man. But what you do is you give your love to those oppressors and you want to make them treat us right and have them come to the barbecue so we can love them and show them what's right. Man, you're going to lose every time you try to include them in something like that, man. You're going to lose every time you try to include them, man. I've said it before and I say it again, man. Black folks got to have white people in the room somewhere. They got to be somewhere on the wall. They got to be in the corner or it ain't going to be right for them. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm glad I'm in the I.S.U.P.K. Because in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, oppressors, if you are a heathen, if you're not a black, Hispanic, or native, you are not allowed to come to the path. Most High Christ. We don't need any oppressors to be in the room for us to have a good time. You understand? We don't need any oppressors to be around us for us to have a good time, man. You know what I'm saying? We don't need that. You feel me? Let's see. All right, we can drop that. So that was the first suspect, right? I told you there's 3 suspects, right? The first suspect was the oppressor, the white man, right? The second oppressor is who else? Who else you think is responsible for Lil Ronnie's being unalive? Who else do you think would be? Who else should we hold accountable for what has happened to Lil Ronnie? Of course, these 2 people. Again, these 2 brothers. I believe they're brothers. These 2 brothers unalive Lil Ronnie and his little girl. Terrible situation. They should have never done it. However, there's something else that's going on that's what is the word I'm looking for? That is like That's the impetus for this. That's something that is making these things happen. That's something that allows this mentality to go on in our lives. The first person is the oppressor. Who else teaches this? Who else teaches this this way of thought? Who else teaches this mindset in our communities, man? This is a question to y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? If y'all listening, y'all want to type in, y'all want to engage with a brother. You know what I'm saying? Who else do y'all think is responsible for why we unalive each other? We already talked about the oppressor. Who else is responsible for it? Who else should we hold accountable? Who else should we talk about to say, my nigga, right, 100% on it. The Christian church, absolutely. Absolutely, man. The Christian church is the number 2 suspect here. You know what I'm saying? That's the number 2 suspect. You know what I'm saying? Your Christian church is the number 2 suspect. Your Christian pastor is the number 2 suspect. You know what I'm saying? I would put him at number 1, but I can't because he gets his theology from this oppressor. He gets his scriptures, his scriptural breakdowns from the oppressor. Man, we was at camp, just a little sidebar. We was at camp Saturday. And this dude is battling us, right? He's battling us while we up there trying to teach our people what thus saith the Lord. While we up here trying to teach our people what thus saith the Lord, this brother comes against the camp, and he is saying, but then your God, I don't even know how to say this because I don't want to get clipped. He was like, didn't your God have sexual relations? He was very vocal with it. Have sexual relations with Mary, a 13-year-old girl, Mary? Now, where in the hell did he get that breakdown from? First of all, I've never seen in the scripture that tell me that Mary was 13 years old. I also get no scripture that tells me that God came on the earth and had sexual relations with Mary. You understand what I'm saying? Where are you getting this from? Like, because when I read the scriptures, I don't see none of that in here. I don't see none of this in the scriptures, man. Where are you getting these breakdowns from? Obviously, you're getting these breakdowns from somewhere else. And I can tell you where you're getting it from, the oppressor. You understand? Because they are the ones that push this mindset, this theology. First of all, that's pedophilia. You know what I'm saying? That's pedophilia. You feel me? Pedophilia is why you say God came down and slept with a 13-year-old girl. And that is from the oppressor, because that's what he does. He is a pedophile. He has been crooked. He has not been straight from birth. You understand? Hey, Shalom. How about you, Al-Shabagatah? Good to see you, Kunataza. Doc. Miss y'all boys Saturday, man. You know what I'm saying? In Atlanta. We had a good time in Atlanta, man. You know what I'm saying? Miss y'all brothers, man. Yeah, man. So again, we out here trying to raise our people up, and you won't talk about this. These Christian pastors get their breakdown from the oppressor, and they give that breakdown to the people. You know what I'm saying? They give that breakdown to the people, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 14, it's verse 2. Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2. We're going to give you a little scripture on it, man. You know what I'm saying? Give you a little scripture on this real quick before we get to these stories. So, I just wanted to get this out, man, because the Lil Ronnie situation was so horribly sad, man. And we want to look at Lil Ronnie, because don't get me wrong, I don't know Lil Ronnie's lifestyle. I don't know what he's done. I'm sure he's done some things, and we'll get into that, right? But I'm sure he's done some things that were not in compliance with the commandments of the Most High God, right? And so whatever happens is what happens. But that's still a terrible situation for the little girl, and a terrible situation for the brother, and a terrible situation that these two brothers are going to go into. You understand? They just sacrifice their lives. They just going to jail forever because of this decision. So my question is, who's responsible for allowing us to think that way and have that kind of decision making? The oppressor, the Christian church. And one more, man. Give me Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2. Let's read that real quick. This is about your Christian pastor, right? Jeremiah 14:2 says, Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish, man. Who is Judah? You got to ask that, right? Because everybody don't know who Judah is. Judah is the Negroes in America, right? However, when you read these scriptures, Judah can also incorporate all of Israel. So we talk about Israel is mourning, right? Judah is mourning, right? Judah is mourning at this point in time, right? And it says, and the gates thereof languish. The gates of Jerusalem, so like the gates of Judah languish, right? That's what the scriptures say. What does it mean to languish? That means to fall weak. That means to I'll give you the definition. No, don't sweat. I got Google right here at my fingertips. You understand? Language means to lose or lack vitality, grow weak or feeble. You know what I'm saying? And that's what our gates are doing. The gates is what protects us. Our protection is growing weak and feeble. Who is our protection? Who is our spiritual protection on the earth right now? Your spiritual protection is the Christian pastor at this moment, right? The prominent or the preeminent spiritual protection or your spiritual guidance on this earth is your Christian pastor. That's the preeminent one, right? He's supposed to be protecting us and showing us how to live and how to treat ourselves and how to treat one another. But he is going weak. He is getting feeble. He is falling victim to the mindset and to the teachings and to the poison of this oppressor. And he's getting weak. You understand? Keep reading on that. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground. That describes the color of Judah, right? Damn. Hold on, Salaki. Y'all can hear me, Salaki. You might have a technical issue on my side. Let's hope that's not the case. Shoot, man. Damn. Salakia, y'all. I gotta get a new computer. We gotta get to school, man. We gotta get to school, man. Salakia. We might be back. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me, man. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me, Baba Shah. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me, Baba Shah. The water says, man, Salaki, man. I hate that the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. We gotta get this thing rolling, man. You know what I'm saying? We gotta get a school up here, man. Oh yeah, we was in Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2. Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2. We talked about Judah being Judah mourning. We talked about the gates of languishing. Now we're saying that they are black into the ground, right? Also, so like, if y'all got any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat. Any questions you got, throw them in the chat. We'll address them. You know what I'm saying? No sweat. I meant to say that earlier. If you have any questions, throw them in the chat. We will address them. Yeah, and it says in the middle of verse 2, it says they are black unto the ground, right? What does it mean to be black unto the ground? That's describing the color of Judah. You understand? That's describing the color of the Israelites. You know what I'm saying? They are black unto the ground. Does that mean that they are only black? No, it means they are black unto the ground. So that when you go in your dirt and you dig up the dirt, you know what I'm saying? Ain't the water, young man Alex, the water says, you know what I'm saying? When you dig into the ground and you dig up that dirt, what do you see, man? You know what I'm saying? You see different colors of brown. You see different colors of black. You might get deep, dark black. You might get caramel black, whatever color of black this is, you might want to see, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what you call that, like caramel brown, you know what I'm saying? Caramel, you know what I mean? I don't know what you call it. But you got that in the ground, you know what I'm saying? You got red in the ground, you know what I'm saying? You got light skin, you know what I'm saying? You got all colors, you know what I'm saying? They are black unto the ground. And the cry of Jerusalem is gone up. So the cry that we have, right, is going up to the Most High God, and he hears our cry. You understand? We're talking about these Christian pastors, man. You know what I'm saying? The Most High God hears our cry. And yet and still, we still follow after these Christian pastors. We still listen to these Christian pastors. Even though these Christian pastors have done despicable, detestable, horrible things, we still follow after them. How many times have you heard stories about homosexual pastors, LGBTQ ally pastors? You know what I'm saying? I did a story on a class not too long ago about a Christian pastor that had a first man. But you still want to go to his church. I did a story on a Christian pastor that said he had a Movado watch, that he wanted a Movado watch, and said, am I not worth your McDonald's money? No, Christian pastor, you're not worth my McDonald's money. But you know who is worth my McDonald's money? Commander General YAHANNA. You understand? So make sure you pay your Passover fees. Make sure you pay your, you know what I'm saying, your tithes to Commander General YAHANNA. Go to I.S.U.P.K.com and take care of that. You know what I'm saying? Because he deserves that. Because the work that we doing in here is heavy. It keeps this work going forward. You know what I'm saying? What else? We talked about so you're a Christian pastor, right? How many other stories is there out there about despicable, disgusting? I'm looking for different adjectives to describe these Christian pastors, man. They're horrible. But we still give our faith and our trust to them because that's what mama did. That's what Big Mama did. That's what Granddaddy did. So I'm going to keep doing it. Don't make no goddamn sense. You got to come up out of there. You got to come up out of there, man. It's like for cussing. We got to come out of the Christian church, man. The Christian church is a horrible place, man. You know what I'm saying? A horrible place. Make sure y'all check into the class, Salakia. I want to make sure I put that in the chat. I think I put it in the description, but in case I didn't, yeah, I put it in the description of the class. Make sure y'all do that real quick. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get checked for that. You know what I'm saying? Just in case somebody watching, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to get checked. So there you go. Make sure y'all check into the class. Put that in there, you know what I'm saying? That should be in all your Facebook comment section. Use that link and check in, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, get your name and whatnot, man. We'd love to see you. All right, but yeah. So yeah, man, these Christian pastors are horrible. Verse 3, right? Let's keep going. Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 3. And their nobles have sent their little ones to the water. The nobles of Israel are who? Your Christian pastors are the nobles. Your black celebrities are the nobles. Your power, people, them big head Negroes are your nobles, right? The ones that got power and money and influence. Did it. He said, vote or die. He told you to go vote or you're going to die. He told you to do that. And what did you get out of that? Gay marriage. Because if you remember, that was Barack Obama's time period, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? He says, and their nobles have sent their little ones to the waters. These nobles have told our people to go and do this thing. You understand? Go and vote. Go and love this oppressor. Give your love to these oppressors. Go and forgive these oppressors for what they've done to us, for they know not what they do. You know what I'm saying? It's horrible. It's unimaginable how these oppressors, and I can't even say unimaginable because you see it, they take these devils, these Christian pastors take these scriptures and try to apply it to the things that we got going on. You know what I'm saying? They misapply it and try to make it seem that we're supposed to love the white man. When these scriptures have been for us, black people, blacks, Hispanics, and natives, this is for us. And the nobles have sent their little ones to the waters. They came to the pits and found no water. So when we went and voted, what we found no success in voting. We found no success in sending your children to college. Now, I ain't saying don't go to college, but I'm saying if that's the only thing you put in your child, you failed your child. You failed your child. If that's the only thing you're giving your child is to go to college and get a good education, you failed your child because you haven't told them what you must do to save your life, what you must do to save your life. And that's to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. We have failed ourselves and we have failing our children because we're not teaching them how to have a good life. You understand? You're teaching them to go to college, get a good education, go to school. And I'm not saying don't do that. I'm not saying don't teach your child to go to school and get an education. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying you shouldn't go out here and get you a house and get you a crib and get you a car and get you a couple ribs. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is we got to teach our children what's important. And what's important is we got to serve the Lord. Before you have a house, before you have a car, before you have a job, if you ain't got the Lord, you ain't got nothing, man. Until you figure out where you're going to stand at with the Most High, you ain't got nothing, man. You ain't got nothing. And our Christian pastors have failed us in that, man. And it keeps reading on that verse 3 in the middle. They returned with their vessels empty. They were ashamed and confounded. And that's how black people are right now, walking around ashamed and confounded, confused, not knowing which way is up, right? Not knowing what we should do for a successful life. Scamming ain't it. We got to scam to make some money. I got to scam and steal. I got to rob and steal just to make some money. Going to OnlyFans, is that the right solution? Having an OnlyFans account showing my nether regions, that ain't the answer. You know what I'm saying? None of the things that this world offers to us is the right answer, man. The world is not offering us the clear solution. You know what I'm saying? They telling us to go down to the waters. But when we go down to the waters, man, we find nothing, man. They telling you to abort your baby so you can have a good life, so you can live your life, man. They're telling you to abort that baby, but once you abort that baby, what happens? How are you feeling after you've aborted that baby? How do you live a good life, or do you still have trauma from the life that you took? When you in that room by yourself, when you in that shower by yourself, are you not crying to yourself after that baby you lost? After that baby that you unalived? Of course you are. Because what you've done is a horrible thing. But who taught you to do that thing? That's who we got to fight. That's who we got to address, man. That's who we got to deal with, man. We got to deal with that. We got to deal with that entity. Because that entity has taught us to do evil. And the third suspect is us, because we have to deal with those things that has been, we got to deal with the things that's in our communities and get it out of us, man. We got to get it out of it. We got to separate from it, man. We got to be responsible for that, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to be responsible for taking out and addressing the evil that our children are learning in these schools, man. You know what I'm saying? About Christmas and Thanksgiving and all these things, man. We got to teach our children better, man. We got to teach ourselves better. We got to teach our brothers and sisters better, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to do that. Because if we don't, we ain't going to have no brotherhood. And we need brotherhood now more than ever. And why do I say that? Let me pull you a couple of stories real quick, man. Let me pull you a little couple of stories, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we need that brotherhood now, man. Because if you look around at the earth, man, you see how they go into war. You see what they say. You're hearing wars and rumors of wars, right? You're hearing wars and rumors of wars. And what you're seeing is the end of this world, man. You're seeing the end of America, the end of this world that we living in, man. And it's going to get horrible out here, bro. I know I'm gonna have to start pulling out my thesaurus on y'all niggas, man. I can't be using the same words every time. I gotta start using different words on y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be horrible around here though. No cap, man. It's gonna get real bad. And if we don't have brotherhood, amongst ourselves, listen, we in for a horrible ride, bro. This story right here, I pulled up on the Atlanta Black Star. I'm done with Lil Ronnie, right? I'm done with the Lil Ronnie situation. I told you we got three people that was in fault, the oppressor, the Christian pastor, and us, man. We got to look at that. So what's the solution? You pretty much got it, right? The solution for that problem for us, Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the whole conclusion. So let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High, fear God, and keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty of man. That's the whole duty, man. That's the whole duty of man right there, to keep these commandments of the Most High God. And I'm going to read a couple of stories that's going to tell us why it's important that today, right now, that we keep these commandments. You know what I'm saying? That we keep these commandments of the Most High God. The Most High Christ. All right. This story right here. Lord Trump brutally roasted after saying Americans ought to be kissing Elon Musk and Donald Trump's feet amid backlash over mass layoffs. Man, listen, man, these oppressors is horrible, man. If you don't know who Lord Trump is, we finna get to the story. Ain't no need me tell you who Lord Trump is. I'm finna read it to you real quick. I don't know how to get rid of that. I don't know if you can see that. Let me try to zoom in a little bit for y'all. Smooth. Lord Trump defended billionaire Elon Musk amid mounting outrage over his massive federal cuts to the government that have left tens of thousands jobless, telling Fox News that Americans ought to be kissing the feet of the Tesla CEO. Man, listen, if you have not been paying attention to the world and what's going on around you, if you have been living under a rock, Elon Musk has been going to town on these oppressors, man. He has been going to town cutting these jobs off of these white folks, man. Going to town off of it, bro. You know what I mean? Him and his Doge. I'm hoping that Doge going to do something. I ain't even paying no attention to that. You need to see what my little $5 I put in Doge is doing right now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. So Elon Musk is going to town cutting these jobs and whatnot, man. You know what I'm saying? So now people are getting upset about it. Even though they voted for Donald Trump and they voted for him to drain the swamp, right? But he voted for him to cut jobs, you know what I mean, to cut expenses. But when they said those things, what do they think? What do you think they were thinking about, right? Of course, they were thinking about how can we oppress the black man even more. You know what I'm saying? Damn right, young man. Alice, damn right, young man. He was 100% correct. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, what do you think they were thinking about? They were thinking about different ways that they could oppress you. But in the midst of them trying to oppress you, they have also been affected by this oppression. You know what I'm saying? And that's why these folks is getting upset. You know what I'm saying? That's why these folks is getting upset. Now, let me preface this story for those that are not in the I.S.U.P.K. or don't know what we teach. The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge is not aligned with your Democratic Party or your Republican Party. Both of the devils can go to us let me say it like this. Both of those devils have nothing for you. You understand? Both of those devils have no good intentions for us. You understand? So we don't align ourselves with Republican, Democrats, Independent. What's NMO? I think only 3. We don't align with it. You know what I'm saying? So even though I'm reading this story about Trump and it may seem like I'm going against him, it doesn't imply that I'm going for Joe Biden or anybody else. You understand? Let me make sure I say that. I was like, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, Most High Christ. So there we go. The daughter-in-law of President Donald Trump made the remarks as an intense backlash targeted Musk and his operations on Monday, with reports of death threats, vandalism at Tesla facilities, and a cyber attack that reportedly KO'd Musk's social media platform for much of the day. Right? I'm telling you, these folks are upset about this, man. All these jobs that he cutting, these folks is upset. And I'm loving it. I love to see these oppressors upset, man. I love it. You know what I'm saying? Adding to the pain, Tesla stock also plunged 15% as President Trump's tariff standoff with Mexico and Canada rattled markets. Right? So if you're not paying attention, again, President Trump is entering into a tariff war with Mexico and Canada. They going at odds right there, and that's affecting Tesla stock, right? That's affecting Elon Musk's company, Tesla, one of the companies, the stock, right? It's triggering a broader sell-off and stoking recession fears just weeks into his second term, right? So what is that saying? And what's the point of that, right? The point of that is saying that, listen, this dollar that you have in your pocket, right? Where's my wallet? I ain't got my wallet. This dollar that we have in our pockets, that value is going down. And Donald Trump is doing whatever he can to make this dollar higher in value. So if that means that he had to cut spending on this dollar, that's what he's going to have to do to kind of get that under control. You know what I'm saying? He's going to have to try to get that under control. So he's cutting these jobs. He's going to war with Mexico and Canada to try to get things back right. You know what I'm saying? Get things back right for America. But what does that mean? What's going to have to happen is that he's going to have to cut jobs. He's going to have to go to war, because that war is how we make money. That's how America makes money. I got a story on the very topic that Alabama is losing like $30 billion off of that war with Ukraine if they stop going to war or something like that. I got a story on it tonight. I may not have time to read it, but I got a story on that very topic. You understand? So we got to go to war so that American dollar can stay powerful, so we can kind of generate that money. You know what I'm saying? We got to get tight with Mexico and Canada, because if they don't fall in line, that dollar is going to continue to tank. You understand? Let's keep going. So I said we talked about the 15% of president tariffs, triggering broader sell-off, stoking recession fears, right? That recession fear is the fall of the dollar, right? With Trump's own policies inadvertently creating wobbly economic conditions for Musk's vast network of holdings and investments, right? Because if you know, Elon Musk got like 3 different companies on that. I'll get y'all looking at that. Keep y'all focused. You got 3 different companies, right? You got Tesla, you got SpaceX, you got Twitter. I think you might have one more company I can't think of. If y'all can think of, throw it in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can think of, throw it in the chat. But yeah, he got like 3 or 4 different companies that are gonna be affected by these things, right? So he has a vested interest, Elon Musk, making all of this work. All right. That's the Trump girl right there. Man, I love black women. Listen, I love black women. Listen, man, I love black women, man. You know what I'm saying? I would never, ever. Let me stay focused. I would never, ever. You understand? I'm going to stay with the sister no matter what hell we got to go through. You understand? No matter what hell we got to go through, I'm going to stay with the sister. When host Sean Hannity asked Laura Trump, who is the wife of the president's second son, Eric Trump, what Musk had done to deserve the massive level of rage and hatred, she replied, absolutely nothing. And that's the crazy part. She said that Musk deserves none of this, that Trump deserves none of what they're getting, man. You know what I mean? They deserve none of it. And that just goes to show you, let me show y'all. That just goes to show you that the oppressor gives a damn. He gives no cares about what has to happen as long as he can stand on you. You know what I'm saying? As long as he can stand on a black man, he does not care what happens to his own people. He would hurt himself to make sure he can stand on top of you. You know what I'm saying? Don't believe me? Go research what they said about land in America and when it had value. Go look it up. Go look up what they say. And like back in the before, I think it was before Reconstruction, they said land didn't have no value unless this thing was on it. And I spoiler alert: if it wasn't a slave on the land, there was no value to the land. You know what I'm saying? They was giving land away, but they said that if a slave wasn't on that land had no value. They have to oppress you so they can have funds, man, so they can have money. If they don't have you here doing the work, they're going to die. You understand? Their businesses are going to die. You understand? Listen, I'm telling you, I got stories on this topic, bro. It's so crazy how all this go together, man. You know what I'm saying? But we got, 14 minutes? I'm trying to keep this real quick. All right. She then blamed Democrats for all of Musk's troubles, right? She blamed Democrats for why Elon Musk is having all these problems, whatever. This is why the approval rating of the Democratic Party is somewhere around 31%. This is why it's no longer cool to be a Democrat. Everybody's come over to the Republican Party because this stuff is just pure lunacy. She lost fire defense. Pretty much, she was just defending them. But the point of this story overall is that Blacks, Hispanics, and Natives, man, as this country continues to devolve and just go down in value and everything, it's most important that we have brotherhood amongst each other, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to have brotherhood amongst each other, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. I had one more story in the lack of time that I got. I'm gonna pull this up because I want y'all to see what I'm telling you is facts. If I can quickly get this real quick, I'm gonna share my screen. It may take a minute. Oh, sluggy.
Quarters. Me and my husband owned a.
Yeah, so this damn sluggy.
Today, apparently our entire.
Yeah, this white woman right here, man, she's going to tell you exactly what I'm talking about. And she's going to give you she's going to break it down very well of what's going on, right? They voted for Trump. They said they wanted this to happen. Now they're feeling the backlash, and it's going to see how this is going to affect all of us, all right? Listen.
Entire state is going to go bankrupt in 2 quarters.
Right? They're talking about the state of Nebraska. Y'all can see this, right? Most High Christ. He said the state of Nebraska is going to go bankrupt in 2 quarters.
Me and my husband owned a cattle ranch here, and I can confirm that all of the cattle ranchers here overwhelmingly voted for Trump. We support him. We voted for him.
Right? You hear that, right? They said all of the cattle ranchers in Nebraska they voted for Trump. They love Trump. They voted. They supported him. They went out and campaigned for him, had signs in the yard, had the flags to make America great again, probably had the hats to go with it. You understand?
Something like 70% of our entire workforce is undocumented immigrants.
And who are those undocumented immigrants? They're not Chinese. They're not Ukrainians, right? These undocumented workers are Hispanics and natives. You understand? Pretty much Hispanics for the most part, right? Latinos and Latinas.
And they straight up are not showing up for work anymore. They have all either fled the country, fled the state. They don't want to get raided while at work, so they have just moved on to work somewhere else.
Right. Why did they do that? Why did they move on and go and work somewhere else? Because they know that if they shut down, they're going to be the first ones to get attacked. They're going to be the first ones to be under attack, right? They're going to be the first ones that's going to suffer under this oppression. Because if these white folks don't have nothing, they coming to get you, my boy. They coming to get you, my boy. You better believe it. Listen, these folks ain't playing, man. These oppressors ain't playing. This dollar is going down. This whole country is going down. Like, you better prepare. And the only way you can prepare is by coming into the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Commander General YAHANNA. You understand? And let's have real brotherhood. Because when this shit ends, how are you going to feed your family? I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm telling you so you wake up.
And straight up, we are going to go bankrupt now. We are going to go bankrupt. And yeah, we voted. We knew that the immigrants would get deported and he was coming after immigrants, yet we still voted for it. Overwhelmingly.
Y'all hear that? She said they coming to get immigrants. They voted for it. However, 70% of their workforce is undocumented immigrants, but they voted to get rid of immigrants. Hold up, fam. I just make sense, man. I just make sense. It makes sense. It only makes sense when you think about how the white man hates black people so much. Blacks, Hispanics, and natives hate black people so much. They have to find a way. So, like, I'm saying like this. They hate black people so much that they will break their arm if it means that I get to kill you. That's the only way it makes sense, man. If it makes sense some other way, explain it to me. Put it in the chat. I'll listen to you. We can have a conversation. I'm good for a conversation. You know what I'm saying? It's the only way it makes sense, man. That they will hurt themselves, that they can hurt you, so they can hurt you worse, that they can unalive you. You know what I'm saying? And there's a German term for the psychology of that. I can't remember what it is right now, but there's a German term for that, man. You know what I'm saying? If y'all know it, feel free to throw it in the chat, man. You know what I'm saying? It is. And bro, listen, young man Alex, it is, bro. It's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely horrible. Absolutely bonkers, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm trying to find another word. It's crazy, man.
Voted for our own demise. I was talking to my husband last night, and I have to admit that it seems a bit foolish now when you think about it like that, that we voted for something that is now putting us directly out of business. Saw the news out of Nebraska.
Listen, man. Listen. That's what's going to happen, bro. That's not just going to be in Nebraska. It's going to be in Alabama. It's going to hit Alabama. If you don't believe me, you know what I'm saying? I tell you what. Give it a little while. And then you go say, damn, that nigga on the internet was right. Them niggas on the corner that was yelling all loud and whatnot, they was right. Commander General YAHANNA was right. Give it a little time. You know what I'm saying? Just give it a little time. It's going to happen. It's going to happen right here in Alabama. These streets is going to go, it's going to be horrible out here for everybody. For everybody. And the only way we're going to make it is by having brotherhood. And you better start having brotherhood now versus having it later. Because if you having it later, it may be too late. It may be too late, man. You know what I'm saying? In the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we are developing systems that will protect us in times of need. You know what I'm saying? But what is your Christian church doing? Is your Christian church preparing for the downturn of this economy? Is your Christian church preparing you for that? I'm certainly not. Because when I was there, they were not. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure they're not. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I ain't gonna belabor it. You understand what I'm telling you. We need brotherhood right now, fam. We need it right now. And you best come into the I.S.U.P.K so we can have this brotherhood, man. So you can have the brotherhood one with another, man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to come in here and you ain't even got to, listen, you ain't got to do what I'm doing. You ain't got to teach class. You ain't got to come sit up front. You ain't got to be on the corners. You can just come to class. You can be a brother and come into class, listening to the teacher and do it, and just being a brother. You can be a citizen and just come to class and do that, man. There's no requirement for you to do what I'm doing. There's no requirement for this. There's no requirement to do that. There's no requirement for you to sacrifice your Saturdays and sacrifice your life for the work of the Lord. But for those select few who choose to do it, understand the vow that you're taking on. Man. Understand the burden and the oath that you are taking by holding this seat, man. Because the men that's doing it before us, man, they did it better than me. And we got to do it better than them. You understand? We got to raise our nation up, man. We got to raise our people up. Somebody's got to do it. And why not me? You understand? Somebody got to do it because ain't nobody else done did it yet in Alabama. Who else done did it? Who else has come with a real solution? I love to hear it. Who else can come to a real solution? So if the Lord has allowed you to hear this truth and hear what the I.S.U.P.K is bringing out, man, you should come to class. And you should sit in here. You should be with us, man. You know what I'm saying? You should come in here with us, man. You know what I'm saying? I encourage you to do that. I encourage you to come be a brother and be a sister in the class, man. You know what I'm saying? Next week, we're going to be at the North Huntsville Public Library. You know what I'm saying? We had a little mishap happen this week. North Huntsville Public Library wasn't available for us, but we will be back in there next week. Man, y'all come through, kick it with us, man. Have class with us, man. We will get started 6 o'clock on time. So like a little bit late today, but you know what I'm saying? We'll be on time next week. We'll be at the North Huntsville Public Library in the study room. You know what I'm saying? Come through, kick it with us, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me get these security announcements up and we'll get up out of here. Y'all ain't have no other questions, man. I'm good. If y'all ain't got no questions, we gonna clip it. If you do have questions, hit us up. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, join the WhatsApp. You know what I'm saying? Scan the screen, get the WhatsApp. You feel me? The WhatsApp, join our WhatsApp, get our information, man. We got flyers and whatnot going on there. Good communication. Law class tomorrow. You feel me? 6:30 is going down. Sabbath service Saturday at noon going down. You know what I'm saying? Hit us up on I.S.U.P.K.com. Check us out, man. You know what I'm saying? We got all this going on, man. It's good stuff, bro. All right. With that, I'm going to do the security announcements. We had the I.S.U.P.K started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister coming to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Ties, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi chapter 3, 8 through 10, means a tenth in the Hebrew, by 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord give you. Give to the Treasury Department of Teaching. Priest fund, free will offer for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. We got the Feast of Purim coming up Thursday and Friday. We're going to go up to Nashville and go keep it up there with them. So y'all come through if y'all want to. Tune in to I.S.U.P.K Nashville. You can watch the Feast of Purim there on Thursday and Friday. If anybody want to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that, we're going to say I.S.U.P.K, which means to stand. I.S.U.P.K, I.S.U.P.K, Barak. Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shah Barak Atham. Yahweh Matah. We'll give a courteous salute to the sisters. Sisters, y'all can stand if you want to. But it was like I.S.U.P.K, Shabbat. I.S.U.P.K, Barak. Yahweh Shema El Athah Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Matah. Class dismissed.
Shalom. This is to all Israelite groups and all Israelite communities and all breakoffs from One West and breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs. No matter what rainbow uniform you wear, red, white, purple and white, all white, it don't matter. You should all treat the I.S.U.P.K like your weird, misunderstood Sabbaths. You shouldn't do anything until you counsel with the I.S.U.P.K. We'll tell you when and what to eat. We'll tell you who to marry. We'll tell you who to have sex with and how. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your wives. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your kids. your brothers, your sisters, your parents, your friends, everybody. We'll tell you when and how to pray. We'll tell you how to direct your life in a way that's pleasing to the Most High God of Israel and our Black King Yahawashi, aka Jesus Christ. We will be to you instead of a God. Just like the Most High told Moses in Exodus 4:16 that Aaron would be to him instead of a mouth, and he would be to Aaron instead of a God. That's what we'll do for you. It is what you all need, because none of you know what the fuck you are doing. I pray you understand. Shalom. Shalom. This is to all Israelite groups and all Israelite communities and all breakoffs from One West and breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs. No matter what rainbow uniform you wear, red, white, purple and white, all white, it don't matter. You should all treat the I.S.U.P.K like your weird, misunderstood Sabbaths. You shouldn't do anything until you counsel with the I.S.U.P.K. We'll tell you when and what to eat. We'll tell you who to marry. We'll tell you who to have sex.